Second Nature for Children is in the building. Coach, how you doing?
Great as always, man. Great as always. How about yourself?
I'm doing absolutely great, Coach. Coach, always my pleasure to come on and have this opportunity to speak with you and to speak to my people. Working to make sure that we can come together because our children's lives are at stake. And I look at a lot of times when I'm dealing with YouTube and Facebook and things like that, I see where it's a lot of entertainment, something where people can just look at and enjoy whatever they like looking at, but it doesn't put a responsibility on them. You understand what I'm saying?
True, true,
Yeah,
true.
yeah. So yeah. It's just for them to look at, oh, I like that or I enjoyed it, and then they just move on. And so we come, man, so we can come together as a people, and but it comes with a responsibility. So I don't know how people would take on to that right there, but we're gonna keep putting this information out because us as a people, and I love addressing what we call the Black community, us, and we need to do better. We need to come together and do better. And like I say, to help our children. And so as we come in and get set up just for a minute, I'd like all my YouTube family to definitely go over to Facebook and see the great work that we're doing with the youth in the community. And all my Facebook family, go over to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that like, that thumbs up, and make sure you share this information. Like I always say, you need this information, or at least 5 to 10 other people that you need to share this information with. So tonight, just for a minute, we're going to talk about our Blacks in denial. And we're working right now to bring us together as doers so we can get something done. We want to bring people together, especially in the areas of dealing with the mind, the body, and the soul. Let me tell you something, family, that a lot of people don't think about. It takes those three areas because they, like I said once before, they umbrella so many different things up under them when you're dealing with the body, when you're dealing with the mind, when you're dealing with the soul. That if you can learn how to connect these three areas together, I made you a promise, family, that it would change your life. Listen, the link between the mind, the body, and the soul, it's a scientific fact that over the last few decades, there have been a wide body of research that has revealed that we have three separate neural pathways, networks that runs through our body, okay? And it leads to the head, the gut, and the heart. These have been dubbed the three brains, scientific fact, because they each are capable of controlling how you feel or how you react. Now, given this information, it's vital to nourish each brain to ensure optimal health and well-being. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't care, and we're gonna talk about this one day about being successful because a lot of us think being successful it just comes with a lot of money or things that we have obtained and tangible things. But listen, it does you no good to even as the Bible say to gain the whole world but lose your soul. You understand? It does you no good to have millions of dollars and your health is in poor health, as a
Yeah,
matter of
yeah,
fact.
yeah.
Yeah, so we want to deal with our Blacks in denial. Now, when we deal with denial, denial means a declaring that something is not true or valid, a refusing to acknowledge. Now, you can look at it and you know that you overweight, you know you obese, you know you're struggling with your mental health because of a lot of decisions you're making. Are you feeling depressed? Are you stressed out about something? Or you know you're not connected to yourself spiritually, because once again, you can look at you're not taking care of yourself physically, you're not taking care of yourself mentally. So it has a lot to do with your spiritual being, because a lot of us haven't been taught how to connect the three together. And so right here, snfchildren@gmail.com. Family, if you would like to come together and learn how to connect the three together, all you have to do is shoot me an email and we'll do it live. Now, Coach, we've been putting this out here for a couple of weeks now, and I haven't received one email. So I guess everyone is doing well with their physical being, with their mental being, and with their spiritual being. So I'm looking for when the next numbers from CDC, all the statistics to start back coming out. I'm looking for the numbers to begin to rise on for the betterment of the Black community now, because I don't see, and I'm in the community every single day, I don't see what we're doing better physically. I definitely don't see what we're doing better mentally. I definitely don't see what we're doing better spiritually. But no one has hit me up yet. So maybe that first person that hits me up, then everybody will start coming. You know how you be at church, then at the end of church service, they open the door for you to come down and join the church, and everybody be looking around, don't nobody move. Then when that one person get up and walk down, then here come the flood. So I'm hoping that, once we get that one person to say, you know what, I want to be a doer, I want to make sure that my life is well in these areas, so I can do something to help either somebody else or definitely help our youth. And what people don't understand, we're waiting and we've been looking for a savior for so long. And it reminds me of the little joke. Remember when they say the guy was sitting up on the roof of the house and the flood was coming and the flood was about to flood up to him and kill him? And a group of people came by in a boat and say, hey, come and get in the boat with us. And he say, I'm waiting on Jesus. And then went on by, then another boat came by, told him, come on, get off the roof, get in the boat. He said, I'm waiting on Jesus, that's my savior. Then it happened one more time. And then all of a sudden they left, and then all of a sudden the water went up and obviously he drowned to death, he died. So once he got to heaven, it says he was talking to God and he was very upset. And he was saying, now I was sitting there waiting on you and you didn't come and save me. And God simply looked at him and told him, I sent 3 boats by there to get you and you didn't get in. So that was on you. So what I'm saying is this right here. We waiting on Jesus, but God is sending people into our lives that will be our savior. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I got you. I know that. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we're coming in, and I would have to say, are we in denial that, as you and I talked about a little earlier, are we in denial that as a people, we under an illusion? Are we in denial of that? I think we're in denial, and the wool has been pulled over our eyes and the veil has been pulled down and we've been tricked thinking one way. Are you going to tell me that we are not a sick people? I did a video on are we sick? And with that word sick, I was simply saying, are we in poor health in these areas? And I'm seeing as a people that we are under the illusion that we think things are going well when they're really not. I see, Coach, that we are sick as a people, meaning that we are in poor health, dealing with our minds, our bodies, and our soul. And I promise, I promise that if you, speaking to who's listening, if you would learn how to connect these three areas together in your life, I promise you, it'll begin to take your life to another level. You'll begin to evolve, you'll begin to transform, and you would change. The biggest difference between this channel and other things that you're looking at is that this channel comes with a responsibility. And that's one of the reasons I think we're struggling with coming to this channel, because we need education and liberation for us to move forward. So I would answer, Coach, definitely when I ask, are Blacks in denial? My answer would be yes. I truly believe. And as a matter of fact, I move believe out the way and go with what I'm seeing and what I observe every day and what I've dealt with for over 3 decades. I know that Blacks are in denial. What you think about that, Coach?
I concur, man. I feel the same way. I know you spoke on it to some degree, but when you look at what comes across our timeline and what we're attracted to, you know, even if you say, okay, I can only speak for the region I'm in, let's say Southeast, okay, fine. Anyone who's out there listening, what have you, check where you are if you're somewhere different to see if it's the same. What comes across the timeline, mostly stuff that's low frequency, you know, some that tickle your fancy for a couple of seconds to some degree, but it's no substance, you know what I mean, to elevate you some way, shape, or form, man. You know, and you can't tell me that we have a choice. We have a choice. You can choose what it is you want to dabble in, what it is you want to do. You can choose that. So you tell me, with the views I see, you know, the numbers, most of us, that's what we choose. And that's it. I can only hope that just as we choose those things, we're choosing others to elevate us. With the exception of what we're talking about on our thing. They're choosing others. That's the only thing I can hope, man. But the numbers, you know, is astronomical when it comes, you know, to the left. Things that meaningless, you know, as opposed to the right. If it's balanced, fine. If it's the lopsided, I get it. But come on, man. You know, you have a choice. You know, you talk earlier, but thinking. Are we really thinking? I mean, are we really thinking about our next 2 moves, 3 moves, about how our position in society is being affected by decisions that we're not making, but those decisions could affect our lives. So what are we doing to counteract that? Because they're going to happen. You know what I mean? You can't tell them not to raise the interest rate. They can raise it. You know what I mean? You can't tell them stop raising the rent. Well, they can raise it. You can't tell them hold on them house prices. They keep going up. You know what I mean? So what are we doing? I know what I'm doing, and I know what I advise others to do. You know what I mean? But collectively, what are we doing? Because when I look out in the streets, the sufferers look like me. Most of them look like me.
Yeah.
It look like me when I move through downtown, when I hit the interstate and I look across and I see a tent, you know, they look like me. You know, when I hit the timeline, I hit out the West Coast and, you know, San Fran, that place, a lot of them look like me. You know, a lot of them look like me. So are we thinking? I don't think we're thinking. So it's more than just denial, man. We're not thinking. We're not doing the things we need to do to evolve from where we are. And you can be in a great position, but that don't mean you can't be in a greater position. You can't get comfortable in this life, man. Something will happen tomorrow to shake your trajectory. What you gonna do? You got to pivot and keep moving. So I would say yes, man. You know, we are in denial and compounded by that, we're not thinking. I don't think we're thinking, but you know, moves ahead. You know what I mean? With 2023, we should be looking, okay, what I want my life to look at the next 5 years, next 10 years. You know what I mean? I don't think we're doing that. I hope I'm wrong, but from what I see, observe, I don't think we are, man. So definitely we are in denial. Definitely, yeah.
I concur with you as well, Coach. And it's sad. It's so sad. Like I said, I'm in certain communities every day, seeing my people and working with children every day. And I'm saying to myself, how are the children going to fare well if I'm looking at the adults that are sick, you know? And here in Atlanta, when you're dealing with District 9 and District 10, and I'm sure that you can look at other districts throughout the city and you see that academically, the children are not doing well. And as you stated earlier, the system is going to move on with you or without you.
Yeah.
So one of the biggest problems we're having, we're not preparing our children for this system that they're in. Now, watch what's killing us as a people and what's hurting our children. Okay? We won't come together for the betterment of us or our children. The government is definitely not going to come together for the betterment of us or our children. So it's a lose-lose if we don't do nothing, because it's already proven that the government is not going to do anything. So unless we come together, family, our children, that's my biggest concern. When I'm seeing how we are acting today as adults, it's hurting our children. I'm okay, and I have concern for the older Negroes. But my biggest concern is for these children. So that's why I'm coming back to try to work with us as a people, because, Coach, for years, I had stopped working with adults because it's just so much work and it's so hard to change the mindset that a lot of us have once we get to a certain point in life.
That's it, yeah.
And especially trying to change a slavery mindset and a slavery spirit, that's hard work. But then I was working with the children, doing great things with them as I am today, but I was still sending them home to that same slavery mentality and that same spiritual mentality. So I said, oh my God, I got to reach back out to the adults. And I know it won't be many, but if we're reaching throughout the United States, even if we got one person from each, I just want you to hear how bad things are. I want you to see, I'm coming to show how bad things are. We got to learn how to use this social media thing just not for entertainment, but how we can help ourselves while it's out here, because we don't own it. So we have to be strategic, absolutely. So since it's out here, we have to be strategic on how we can use it to help each other. Now imagine if we looking for doers, people who come together, let's get ourselves together so we can start a true movement to help ourselves and help our children. If we have 50 some states in the United States, If we just had one person from each state to give us that 50, 51, however many it is, we can start. We're not even getting one person from a whole state.
Mm.
And we reach it. What I come to do as well, coach, is to show you how bad things are. Because when people be telling me from day in and day out, I just don't understand this and I just don't understand that. Go to these videos, you'll be able to understand. I'm showing you that as a people, why we're in trouble, because we won't even come together. These are facts. We'll come together on a belief. We'll come together on scheming, gambling, doing a lot of crazy things. But if we say, hey, let's come together for a true movement that haven't been on a move in such a long time, our people don't see it because society was so caught up in society, tangible things, and it's a lot going on. And they don't understand that if you could begin to get your life together in these three areas to build a foundation, I promise you, it'll change your life. You got anything you want to go in with, Coach?
That's the big denial right there. Everything is okay. Everything got to be okay for most people. Seeing you're not getting anybody reaching out, you know. But like I said, my take is some way, shape, or form. Whenever they need it, it'll be there. That's the way you got to look at it, because you will go crazy. You'll stop having empathy for your people and all that. But you got to, that's the way I'm looking at it, man. Some way, someday, whenever they need it, it'll be here. Okay. You know, they'll be able to get it. Hopefully they get it in time, because we know everybody ain't going to make it.
Right.
Some people going to fall through the cracks. That's just how life is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I can remember a video we did on compassion. And I think the topic was when did Blacks stop having compassion for other Blacks? Something similar to that. And then I had someone that put a comment under there, and it was a young lady, as I can recall, and she said, well, when did Black even have a compassion for other Blacks? And I was like, whoa. So that's something to really think about. Yeah, that's something to really think about. Are we in denial that we show no compassion or no concern for our fellow man? Is that safe to say that one of the problems that we're having in the Black community is that there is definitely no compassion, no concern, and we have become a very selfish people? That's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that we have become.
I say yeah. I said yeah to some degree, man. But I can speak for myself. Like I said, moving around, I don't have to be in the region or the vicinity. I can read an article, right? And it rubs me the wrong way when I see someone like me, some human being suffering, period. I feel some kind of way. But us, because I know we always struggling trying to get, keep our head above water. That rubs me the wrong. I feel some kind of way about it. You know what I mean? I can't just erase that, but at the same time, I'm just one person, man, and I cannot be the only person to feel that way. I know I can't.
Right.
So, I mean, hopefully, yeah, that word, hopefully. Yeah, that word, man. But yeah, man, hopefully we can, put these pieces together and do something more on a grand scale, in regards to what we're doing here,
And from you saying that, if we don't come together, it'll never work for us as a people.
That's true.
Because a lot of the information that even you and I are speaking about right now. It's just like the homeless guy. Let's just take the homeless guy. Okay. Say he's out. He's sleeping behind a building or behind a trash can. A storm, has come. It's snowing. It got a lot going on, and he's behind this building. He's behind this trash can. Now, you and I sitting in the house, and on news, we see where it's saying they getting ready to open up a new shelter for the homeless to come in. So what I'm saying is, a lot of times, the people who need to hear the information is not getting the information. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got it.
Right. So it's gonna take us to come together so that our people who need to hear this information can get this information. Because like I said, Coach, every day when I go to certain places, I see a lost people. Every day, Coach. I see it every day. And I know that they're more into, if they're looking at social media, it's entertainment strictly for this group that I'm talking about. Has nothing to do with trying to do wisdom or knowledge. So until we get into these communities, get into some type of rec center or some type of building in certain communities so that you can offer help to them, especially if you can get a hold to their children and have their children coming into your facility. Now you are more prone to be able to reach the parents because you have their children. Right. Or at least it puts you in an environment where you can offer something to that community. I've had people tell me, nigga, you crazy. I ain't going over there. They shooting everything. So, but hey, believe me, I understand that. And I'm not asking you to go over there because I know what they're doing over there. You understand what I'm saying? So what we have to do is make sure, though, that we find a location within that area so we can let them know that we have a place for them to come. Yeah, you ain't got to go. Yeah, I go over there. I go into the community. But a lot of us not going in there. So if you're not going to go in there, at least try to get some type of spot close to there so that they can get to you. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
So what you think, Coach? So you say you think that or you know that blacks are in denial.
Yeah, we're in denial. I mean, to me, actions speak louder than words. And if you look and observe our actions, you can tell, man, we definitely in denial. Or it's something that I'm missing.
Right.
You can't be moving the way we're moving on a whole, knowing what I know, knowing what it's out here, period. It's not only what I know, because the information I'm privy to, we all are privy to. And most of us still moving the way we're moving, man. Come on, man. We hope everything will just blow away or everything and just, tomorrow, next year, everything can just fall into your favor. Nah, they don't happen like that. It don't happen like that. Matter of fact, it probably get worse. Absolutely. Before it get better, I'm telling you, especially if you're not doing anything about it. You know what I mean?
And I don't see, and I wish someone would show me, but I definitely don't see us doing anything about it. And that's why I told you on a video before that it's sad, but I don't see any changes for us as a people because it's a lot of work that has to be done. And we need work over words, and we need action over acting. That's what we need. We need to come together and ASAP to help ourselves. snfchildren@gmail.com. If you would like to be part of our doer group, that's so that we can make sure that we come in and be educated about our mind, our body, our soul, so that we can help our neighbor, someone close by, but definitely so we can help our children. So we can help our children. Do you know that most things that as a people that we are struggling with, it fits under the body, the mind, the soul. It fits on what we're dealing with as a people. So here I am coming in saying that within those three areas, I can help you. All you have to do is shoot me an email. If you're struggling with your physical being, I'll be your personal trainer. I got you. If you want to know how to lose weight, if you want this, if you want this knowledge on how to take care of your body, I got you. If you want to learn how to get the proper mindset to be successful in whatever it is you want to be successful in, there's a certain mindset you must have. I got you. If you want to know how to connect yourself to yourself, that's you being connected to that which dwells within you and knowing the principles. Don't worry about no faith or belief or religion. Don't worry about that. Being connected to yourself, connecting to that which dwells within you, and learning the principles of being successful. Family, I got you. All you got to do is hit me up, snfchildren@gmail.com. It don't cost you nothing. Are you ready for the responsibility, though, to make the change? That's here it is. I'm putting it on you now. No more excuses. If you need help with your physical, hit me up. If you need help with a certain mindset, hit me up. If you need help with that spiritual connecting to yourself, hit me up so we can be well. That's why I said in that last video I did, and it didn't get a lot of views. Now, I don't know a lot of times how YouTube, Facebook, that algorithm, how they move it. But once one or two of us get it, we should be sharing. We should be moving. We shouldn't be waiting on them to move it. You understand what I'm saying? Right. We can move it. We don't have to wait on YouTube to move it. Just like our subscriptions. Man, our subscription should be through the roof. We should be telling somebody, hey, subscribe in and listen to what coach is saying, second nature for children, because, man, we're giving information. And I put it out that if anything been said on this platform won't take you to another level, you either shoot me a comment or shoot me better. If you're saying that something won't take you to another level that we have put out for you, don't shoot me no comment. I don't need you shooting and hiding. Send me an email and come on live with me, snfchildren@gmail.com. I stand on everything I've said, and I stand on the facts. Facts. Coach, you want to close us out? We got 2 minutes and 26 seconds.
Accountability, man. Accountability. You're accountable for where you are and where you're going. Not me, not nobody. You are accountable. What you do or don't do, that's on you. Whether you do something or don't do something, where you end up, you got to deal with that, not me. Okay? Be accountable, man. As usual, man, try to get some information. You can tap in right here. You know, that's enough information to, start something, to elevate you to a different level. We talking about the 3 areas that you can't run away from. That is life. You know what I mean? That's life. So you can start right here. I was just reading an article that talking about the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is like a superhighway that connects. I ain't gonna get a whole lot into that, but that's something we could look into, man. I saw it run across the time a couple of times, but I really got more into it recently. So I'm always trying to take my knowledge to another level personally. So stuff that I come across, I'm just gonna share. You know, they get it, don't, you know. But yeah, man, all about evolving, all about being better. And try to look down, I mean, look further ahead, like not next year, but try to envision your life and where you want it to be in the next 5 years. You know, how you want it to be, where you want it to be. You know, and directly, indirectly, you know, you'll find yourself doing things to accomplish that. You know, so that's what I got for them, man.
Coach, we're gonna leave it right there. You had the last word. And until we come back again, much love to you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.